Hello, everybody, and welcome to Erndale's. My name is Dale, and I am coming to you from Western Manitoba, Canada, where we are having more snow. We've had, I don't know how much snow we've had, but it seems like every other day we get more. But that's the way it's supposed to be where I live. We have lots of snow in wintertime and usually cold, but right now it's not that cold still. It's just maybe about -6 Celsius, which for us is not that cold. So welcome to everybody. I just want to take a second and say a big welcome to my 50 plus new subscribers. I don't know what has happened, but in the last couple of days, everything has gone poof. I'm so thankful and I'm so excited to get to know some of you. I've been chatting with people actually all over the world. There's new people from Europe, there's new people from the United States, there's new people from across Canada, and it is delightful to connect with people who are appreciating my videos. I'm so thankful for you all as well. My regular subscribers, thank you for returning every time you see my little bell come on. And that's the other thing, if you're looking at me and you're not subscribed, how about just subscribing? This week's video is going to be something different because I really have not had any time to do much crafting. I've done a little knitting and I've done a big cheat. So I mentioned that I was going to start this blanket. It's mosaic crochet blanket. And it's got 30 pages of instructions with it. And I really not spent any time looking at it since I've got this. I got this last year for Christmas, by the way. Anyway, I thought, before I started, why don't I read some of these instructions? And so I did that. And then I thought, well, maybe I should just cast it on and try it and see how it goes. Well, I did kind of make a mistake, well, row 3 or something, that's making it curl, but I kept on going and I got it now. So from now on, I will be doing, I put it away now. I'm not going to do any more, but I will show you what I've done and I'll explain all of that in just a minute. So the rest of the video is just going to be bumming around the house with me. And that's all I'm going to say. So you can watch that, and there's a little clip outside with the birds as well. So thank you so much for coming to visit today, and I hope you enjoy this video. This is the pattern that I'm going to, or that I was going to start December 1st for Advent. It is the Get Your Hook On Slow Hatch Into the Woods Overlay Mosaic Crochet pattern. And it is beautiful. So this was bought as a kit for me for Christmas last year from Gary. And it came with the pattern, the yarn, and that's all. Now, the pattern is 30 pages long. Well, the instructions. You can do it with graph or you can do it by written instructions. So I read all the preliminary instructions that they give you on how to read the patterns and da-da-da-da-da. And I decided to cast it on. So I did that. And right off the bat, I had a problem. I would normally use the graph in a project like this. Like if I was doing say a crochet blanket that had the color work, just the same idea as what you do with knitting, but it's actually quite a bit simpler when you crochet because you can cover your floats at the back. But I would, if I was just using several different yarns and crocheting this picture, I would use a graph like this. However, I found this very, very confusing because you're only using 2 colors. This is color A and this is color B. And what you do is you start, and every time you start a row, you cut the last row, you start over again at the same spot, you join it and you go. So each row is an alternate color. So the first row would have been this, second row would have been this, and and up you go. You alternate it all the way through. But what was throwing me, and all the little X's on here mean, oh, and there's only 2 stitches. I should tell you that too. There's a single crochet, which you do in the back loop of your stitch, and a double crochet, which you do 2 rows down. So, and the double crochets are denoted by the X's, and the rest are all single crochet. So what threw me off was these colors in here. You know, if this was all supposed to be using this yarn, then as far as I'm concerned, it should have been green all the way through. Then I would have known that I was just doing single crochet in the back loop all the way through. And this should have been all in white, because this A is in white. And it would have been single crochet all the way through, except where you have an X, then you know it would have been a double crochet 2 rows down. This changing of color you don't change the color in the row, but on the pattern here is what really threw me off. And I know they want you to see the progress, how it's going to look, but this was confusing for me. So I decided to do the written instructions, and I've had no problems, except for when there's 3 foundation rows before you start this. So when it came to this double crochet, you're supposed to do it 2 rows below. Well, for some stupid reason, I thought I had read that you do it 4 rows below. And so that's what I did on this first row here. And I'll show you what I've got. So it's made this curl because it's so short. And it made a big lumpy hole here because I went so far down. But, you know, it's the beginning and whatever. So this is as far as I am. If you look on the picture here, I am... Where am I? See, you can't even really tell. I am right... Did I finish that row? Yes. I'm on starting row 7. Nope, I'm starting row 9. So, yeah, this is where I am. And how can you tell that by looking at this? It's too confusing. So anyway, I'm following the written instructions, and this is what I have so far. Just a long, long strip of a repeat. I guess these are where the trees are going to be. So I've rolled it up now, and I've put it away, and I'm not going to be working on it. I understand now what I have to do, and I am not going to touch it now until December the 1st. It's a little confusing. It's very simple once you get going on it, because it's just 2 stitches, and you just go down 2 rows to do your double crochet, and you're doing your double crochet in these front loops, and all your single crochet are done in the back loop. That's all there is to it, really. So, to be continued. I was just watering plants, and it occurred to me that I have never shown you my indoor jungle. You've all seen my plantings outside, but I've never shown you the ones that I have inside. So I thought maybe you would like to see my plants, because I have a few. We'll start with this one. This is a piece of my mom's ivy. I have a bigger piece in the corner I'll show you, but every 2 or 3 years I take off a piece and I restart it. The original plant from this probably is close to 50 years old. And I've had a piece of her ivy pretty much all my adult life. The very first thing that I took when I moved out of her home into my own home, or my parents' home into my own apartment, was a piece of her ivy. So yeah, and this that it's climbing on is a window from the Anglican church here in town. They were putting new windows in, and they were selling these windows for $10. So I took 2, and it's really nice. I decorate it differently every season, pretty much. Those cardinals stay on it. There's another one. This is sort of cardinal corner, because I have a cardinal here. It's a wooden cardinal. And then there's an ornament in there, cardinal. And then these two cardinals. The cardinals stay on it, but usually I put Christmas lights around here. I have really old lights that are poinsettias. They are actually silk or whatever that fabric is. I usually put them around here and it looks so pretty when it's all lit up at Christmas time. So that's one plant. This is the oldest plant. This is baby. Oh my gosh. This was my mother's plant. And when my dad was selling the house, I'll pop it back, there we go. When my dad was selling the house and moving to British Columbia after my mom, years after my mom passed away, I rescued baby because this is her original plant. And if you look at it, I don't know if I can get in close enough. Let's see if I can. See the wood on it? Like it's old. And actually I was just reading up on this because this plant always, when I lived in Winnipeg, this plant hung in the north window of our sunroom and it bloomed profusely every year. But since we've moved out here, I've had it in this room, which faces, well, that picture window there is south and that's west. So this is quite a bright room. But I have it in the coolest corner of the room, so I thought that would be okay. But it doesn't bloom. I see this year it's going to give me a couple, but nothing like it has in other. It's never really bloomed since here. So I was looking up on how to trim it back. And to be honest with you, I don't want to trim it back. I don't know why. I don't want to. How do you trim something with such age? Look at the wood on it. So I actually think I'm going to leave baby just do her thing. She's in a big, big pot. I'm quite sure that it might be root bound, but oh well. And baby's sitting on an old suitcase. If you can see that. You're going to have to excuse the mess in this room. I'm practicing Christmas music at the moment. I'm going to be doing a performance here in town. This is a Thanksgiving cactus that my brother gave me. It's in bloom. It's only about 2 years old. He gave me two. He gave me this one and he gave me another one, and he said one of them was white blooming and one was pink or red. Well, both of them are the same. And this is Olga. Again, Olga loves this spot. You wouldn't think it's pretty hot here. There's the radiator there. I've moved it to different places and it just wilts on me, so I just leave Olga here. That plant is probably about 10 years old or so. And this, I've just bought this actually this fall. Well, yeah, I guess August. It is Wandering Jew. I don't know I know what the other name is, but I can't remember. And it has grown. It was just a tiny little plant, and it has really grown. It loves it in there. It's pretty. They had one hanging in the greenhouse, and all of the purple was showing. They had wound it up so that all you saw was the purple, and once in a while you would see the stripe. And oh my gosh, that's what attracted me to it. I've never had one of these. I think my mom had one years ago, but anyway, it's another color, so it's nice. And down here, this is one of my amaryllis from a couple of years ago. It doesn't seem to want to do anything. It's sort of opening here, so maybe it will do something. And this is some rosemary that I started this spring. And I bring my rosemary in every year. The one year, I had a huge, huge one. It was like a tree. And I didn't bring it in. I left it out. I thought maybe if I planted it in a warm spot in the ground outside, it would survive. But it didn't. I mean, would you survive in this? If you were planted in the ground, this is my view out this window here. Our property runs beyond that hedge to the road. This is the south-facing part of our property. My little brand new little trees that I planted this year, my apple trees. But the trees are looking so pretty right now with all the hoarfrost on there. We had more snow last night. Isn't that pretty? Okay, let's get back to plants here. So, where were we? Okay, up here, this is a Hoya. This isn't part of my mom's plant, but I got this one. I can't remember who gave me this one, but I've always had Hoyas in my family. This is exactly like the one that my mom had, and they have the big clusters of pink flowers that smell so bad that I have to take it off because both Gary and I just really react to the smell, but I love the look of them. But it's not blooming right now. It's finished blooming. This poor little guy here, this morning when I went to water it, I saw this and I was so shocked, but I had it on the register, and I think it had too much heat. And I took that from this piece here. I can't even get the whole plant in view. I'll have to do this. This is a cactus. This was a piece of my aunt's cactus. She had this in her living room, and this is about 30 years old, I guess, and she gave me a tiny little piece. Like, by a little piece, I mean she gave me that much, and I've grown it to this. One year when I wasn't in the Christmas mood, I think it was the year I had breast cancer, and I didn't care. I used this as my Christmas tree, and I decorated it, and I still have one little bauble on there that I never did take off. But yeah, it's pretty nice. Okay, and then we have this bunch here. Let's go a little closer. This is the other ivy. This is the bigger one that I have. It goes way down to the floor. I take pieces off of it and start, and it's nice, very healthy. There's one of my photographs. I can't really get a good picture of it because of the light from the window, but this is one of my pieces. This is a little country school in it's not even a town, where my mom was born and raised. Actually, I took this about 9 years ago, and we drove by there the other day, and it's just almost to the ground already. And then I have a palm and a mother's-in-law tongue. My mom used to call them that. They're Dracnea, I think it's called. And there is or an orchid. And this is a staple in my house, and I use it a lot if I cut myself or burn myself. A wonderful thing to stick on your hand, aloe vera. And here is one of my beautiful amaryllis that's almost finished blooming already, and it's just now getting a leaf. It didn't have that leaf before, so I don't know if this is a repeat bloomer. I should take these off. I've been kind of waiting for these to fall off. I don't like to take them off, but it had 4 flowers. So that's that group. And that's my crazy bird. Okay, so yeah, this dining room table is a hot mess right now. There's knitting projects, there's piano music. Oh well, this is my life. This is our living room. The piano is in the dining room, and that's my husband's organ there. I guess I really haven't shown you very much of my house, have I? And we have very squeaky floors. So these two poinsettias, this is a red one and this is a white one. These are from last Christmas. I bought them. The school was raising money for the kids. Can't remember what it was for, but they were really, really small and they were beautiful and bloomed. And so I put them in bigger pots and they're doing fine. I don't know if they're going to turn color or not. I know you're supposed to put them in a dark space and then bring them back out. And I tried that and they got funny on me. They started dropping leaves. So I brought them back out. And if they turn color, they turn color. If they don't, they don't. And this is a new Hoya. I just bought this one. When I bought that little Jew, I bought this one too. It's totally different. It's very, very delicate. And it's very slow. Not like that other one. This one is really slow. My old clock, my mother and dad got this as a wedding gift. They were married in 1942, so she's pretty old, but never stops. And here's the other little Thanksgiving cactus that my brother thought was a white one. Well, it's not. I'm going to give this one away. I don't need two of the same. So that is all there. And there's Chip. Say hi, Chip. Say hi. Say hi, Chip. Hi, Chip. What you doing? Chip does not talk. Chip just says squawks. She's a goof. She's such a funny bird. We have so much fun with her. She gives the best kisses. So yeah, this is the living room. And this is my chair. I lived in this chair for 6 weeks when I broke my shoulder. And I still sort of gravitate to it now. I slept in it. Yeah. I bought it new a year ago and I have made very good use of this chair. So now I've turned it into kind of a working chair. I've got my light there and, stuff. So I have more plants. We'll go in the kitchen and have a look at those. Yes, Chip, I know. Okay, you want to say hello? Say hello. Say hello. Say hello. Say hello. Give a kiss. Give a kiss. There you go. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, she's such a good girl. Okay, my kitchen. I haven't done anything in here today. Well, I have. I'll show you what I've been doing. But I got a couple of plants here. I have no idea what this plant is called, but it is totally weird, is it not? And it too, it's growing, but it is so pokey slow. I don't know what it's ever going to do, but I kind of like it. And then I have a plant up there, that one there that I brought in from outside for the second year running. That plant I bought 2 years ago. It goes outside, sits in a pot, and then I bring it in. It doesn't bloom, it's just a green. And then I have another one over here, the same kind. It's a very pretty plant. I really do like it. And then over here, I have some more plants. This is a new, these both are brand new. I just ordered them. This one I ordered for my cousin. She's going to pick it up. Hers has got a flower bud on it. And mine, I think it's dead actually. There was no root on this when I planted it. This is what it's going to look like. I've actually contacted the company that I got it from and told them that I didn't think anything was going to happen with this bulb because there was no root on it at all. And they said, well, we have to give it 6 weeks. And if after 6 weeks it hasn't done anything, then we will send you another. But, you know, I kind of didn't care for that because number one, in 6 weeks, they won't have any more of these because they only get a certain amount. And I took 2. And then the other thing, you know, are they going to ship it? They won't ship it now when it's like this. They only ship these things before it gets cold. So I'll get a refund and I won't have my plant, which really makes me, when I first told them about it, they could have done something about it. That's just a piece of pineapple sage that I have from outside. I thought I would save it, but it doesn't look like it's doing too good. And look at outside. We had a little bit more snow last night. And I'm going to have to go, there's a nice big drift there. I have to walk through that drift because I have to feed the birds and the feeders are on the pergola. Oh, I didn't realize that drift was that deep. It's pretty though, isn't it? Look at the trees. Yeah, I'm going to go out this afternoon. The house still has a lot of snow stuck on it from the storm. So maybe I'll turn the camera on when I'm outside. Maybe we'll go for a little walk later on. But yeah, I have to feed the birds. I've noticed I'm going to the feeders and there's nothing in there. So I have one more plant and it's in the bedroom. I can take you and show you that one. It is another it's another orchid, and it's one that my niece bought me when I had my mastectomy and my breast cancer. It's a big orchid, and it just finished blooming actually. And it likes this east-facing window here, so that's why it's in here. It's gonna lose a leaf, I think. Yeah, look at this. I'm thinking about decorating, not in here, but I brought this up to maybe put around that window in the living room, but I don't know if I want white. I think I'm gonna put my poinsettia ones. So that's the way it is. See, here's the other window. Well, so now you've seen all my plants. I have some upstairs too, but they're not really. Oh, and I forgot one. Here's another one here. Here's another one. That's also a slow-growing little cactus. There we go. Now you've seen them all. Thanks for coming along. I walked right past this and didn't show this to you. This is what I did right after breakfast. I had, just before it snowed, I went outside and gathered a bunch of leaves because I want to use some leaves in my little journal that I'm making. And I watched K3N, and I'm going to mention her again. If you don't watch K3N, you should. If you're a stitcher or if you do anything with cloth or yarn, you should watch her. Anyway, she was waxing leaves. And oh my gosh, they turned out so beautiful. So I'm going to wax some. This is strawberry leaves. Look at how pretty these are. I'm going to wax this, and I have a couple of beautiful maple leaves here that I'm going to wax. That one. This one here is almost perfect, as is this. So I'm going to wax these big maple leaves because my journal is going to have a lot of my garden life in it, I think. And then I have oak leaves. Look at them. Aren't they just beautiful? So I have some nice big ones that I can wax. Look at this perfect one. And then I've got some big leaves. These blew in. I don't have a tree like this, but they blew in from somebody else's yard, and I honestly don't know what this is, but I'm gonna wax it. Look at how different it is on each side. And this must have blown in because I don't know what this is either. So yeah, I have all these leaves that I pressed. I had them pressing in these books here for quite a while. These are all oak leaves. These are strawberry leaves. Look at how pretty they are. These are raspberry from my raspberry bush. Look at this big one. Like, I don't know where this leaf came from. So I'm gonna have fun. Some of these are gonna go back in the book. There's a nice big leaf. I think that's from a lilac tree, I believe. That's what it looks like anyway. And then there's this ginormous one here. Look at this one. I think it's a poplar. And then I have a bunch of small poplars there. So yeah, lots of fun. These are from my hedge. Look at how beautiful they are and tiny. So yes, this will be my fun. Maybe today or tomorrow I'm going to start waxing some of them. The perfect ones I'm going to wax. The rest of them I'm going to put back in the books, and I'm going to leave them in there, and I am going to try and do some echo printing. Some of them I know aren't going to, they're too far gone, but like this one, these greener ones, these will echo print really nice. So yeah, I gotta get them back in the books though, because they're starting to bend up on me. So that's what I walked by. I didn't want to kind of show this, but why not? I'm being me. And he's out. And he has cookies in him too. Oh, not many. The Cookie Monster's been at it. It's okay, I got more in the freezer. I got that from Jonathan when he was about 7 years old. That was his Christmas present to me. So I'm gonna have a cup of coffee, and I'm gonna have a look at this video that I just shot and see if there's anything in here that I want to share with you. Oh, that coffee's good. I'm going to sit in my chair, and I'm going to have a look at this video and see if there's anything in there that you really want to see. Come on. Yeah, I know. I know. These little guys aren't too afraid of me. I know. Go ahead, have a seat. Call your friends. The more the merrier. Come on. There they go. Oh gosh. Me and my birds. Come on, chickadees. Come on. Oops. I'm gonna get wet here. These two seed things were completely iced over. They couldn't get the seeds, so I broke all the ice off. And now they're coming. Come on back. Come on. Come on. There's another one gonna come. Come on. Come. Come on. Oh, you guys are funny. You guys are so funny. Come on. Here he comes, here he comes, here he comes. Whoop! Go right by me. Come on. If I turn the camera off, then they'll come. Can you see them flying all around me? There's one right there. There. Up there. There's another one there. Oh gosh. See, wintertime, summertime, anytime. Me and my birds. Just call me the bird lady. Come on. Come on back. Come on. We can't get into our shed. I was going to go in there and get some. Oh, there's another one up there. Come on. There you go. There you go. It's okay. There you go. Come on. Come on. I'm not going to touch you. What was I saying now? I got sidetracked. I was going to go in there and get some more birdseed, but the shed lock is frozen. I'm going to have to put a bag over it or something. Yeah, okay, I'll move out of the way. Yeah, it's frozen, and then I thought, oh, we haven't put any Christmas lights up yet. Well, I don't know if we're going to bother now. And I've got lights on the pergola, but for some reason, they don't seem to be lighting up. I don't know why. Maybe just, I don't know. The sun is getting them. They should. Oh, this is really nice out. You know what? I've got my summer jacket on with a heavy sweater underneath. I have no gloves or mittens on my hands. I have my boots on. Oh man. Your Chuck sounds sick, Brian. Yes, I have my boots on. Gary and I went for a walk. I didn't record it because I was kind of busy watching my footing. There's a lot of ice underneath the snow because we had rain first and then we had snow. So I'm going to go in, even though it's a beautiful, beautiful day. I feel like brushing off that bench in there and just sitting watching the chickadees, but I guess people would think I'm nuts. Maybe I am. But I'm going to go in and don't laugh at me, but I'm going to make myself a hot cup of Ovaltine. Yes, I love Ovaltine, especially if you make it with milk. Okay. Cheerio.